So, first of all, I did my speech about my grandpa, but I call him Pops, and I think he originally wanted to be called Pop, but as the oldest grandchild, somehow I mixed that up and added the S on the end, and the name stuck. And so, yeah. When I think of Pops, I think of long car trips and going into their house and first being greeted by Grandma in the kitchen, and in my mind she's usually cooking something and she's this ball full of happy energy and she hugs us and kisses us and then whisks us back through the kitchen on our way to the back office where Pops is, and he's on his computer and he's usually working on some project or something. I never really know, and he always says hi to me and sings me my song. You see, Pops, for each of the grandchildren, he came up with a special song for each of us, and it's just to let us know how much he loved us and cared about us. And it's such a special thing, and I don't think that I realized it when I was little. Like, most grandparents don't come up with songs for their kids, but Pops was just that kind of person. And so when I first started writing the speech, I was trying to think about what we had in common. And you see, Pops, he's this short man, and he has white, thin hair and glasses about an inch thick. And then there's me, and at least visually we have nothing in common. But as I thought about it, we have more in common with who he is and who I want to be. You see, Pops, he always has this excitement for life, and he appreciated the small things. For example, I remember at dinner he would always drink apple juice, and I was always so jealous that I didn't get to drink apple juice. And I just remember kind of being like, wow, Pops, he still appreciates things that I do as a kid, and maybe adults and kids aren't that different. And he would always do these projects like making cheese or making gelato, and I swear his raspberry gelato tastes exactly like the raspberry gelato at Ice in Pybus. Like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure they copied his recipe because it tastes exactly the same. It's so good. Being in ASB has tried to help me. I've tried to figure out what kind of leader I am and who I am as a person and how I can make an impact on other people's lives. And when I think about Pops, he's made an impact on other people's lives in much of the same way that I want to. You see, my grandma is the bubbly, loud one. She makes friends with people in the supermarkets. Pops is more quiet. He's a little bit more calm and relaxed, but he still has managed to make an impact on other people and in the community. And he plans ski trips, and he used to plan these ski trips to Europe, and he'd take just groups of like 20 people, and they'd go to Europe and he'd meet new people. And he tells these stories about meeting these people, like going into a sauna and meeting these ladies and being like, don't worry, without my glasses and my hearing aids, I'm harmless, but instead saying it in German. And it's helped me realize that even if I'm not the loudest person, that's okay. I can still make an impact, and I can still go outside of my comfort zone and meet new people. A little while ago, I'm not really sure, I think like a year and a half, 2 years, Pops got sick. And since that point, he's been getting these letters and emails and Facebook messages from people about how much he's impacted their lives. For example, one of my dad's friends, he wrote about how my grandpa Pops, he taught him how to ski, and if it weren't for that, such a big part of his life, skiing, would be missing, and he wouldn't have that in his life. And it's tons and tons of people, and I was fortunate enough to sit there and listen. And I was sitting there and listening, I realized that when I'm as old as Pops is, I hope that I will be able to say and know that I've made the same impact on other people's lives and have been such a positive force in other people's lives as Pops has. Thank you.